it's nice to get back on the winning track. Guys played really well in the first half especially, so we're happy with the win and take tomorrow off and regroup for next week.
How important was it not just to get back in the win column, but also feel like you were back to playing the basketball you played before the last 2 games?
Yeah, defensively in the first half, our guys were terrific. They were helping for each other. They were there where they were supposed to be. We guarded the ball, we guarded the help side, the lane, and we had 15 steals today, which is a season high, 11 in the first half. So I thought our performance defensively in the first half was about as good as we can play.
You started Chuck today instead of Johan. Kind of talk about what went in that decision and then the execution for both players today.
Yeah, we switched our starting lineup up defensively. We felt like the small lineup would help us and then give us our probably our best offensive lineup to start the game. And it worked. Sometimes it doesn't, but today it worked.
Is that a matchup thing, or is that something that can carry over into other games as well?
Well, I think it can carry over. Guys just have to play hard. We're a little smaller, but Matt leads the league in rebounding. So him at the 4 at 6'7", he's an exceptional rebounder. And then we have the big guy in the middle, Samet. So at least we have size in the rebounding in the front line, but the 3 guards together, they just have to play really well defensively like they did tonight if they want to stay together.
We can look at a stat sheet and see a lot of categories where it was pretty lopsided in your favor. What impressed you the most, and was there anything coming out of this win that particularly concerned you?
Well, I think the impressive thing, 25 assists when we had under 10 our last game and did not share the ball. Last 2 games, our offense, we didn't have enough ball movement, and we missed a lot of open shots. We missed open threes, we missed layups. And it's very frustrating that, like last week in Chapel Hill, we missed so many easy layups. It was terrible because and then in Duke game, we went 11 for 25 from the foul line and missed some easy ones there. So offensively, we shared the ball. We made open shots for the most part. And then what comes out of it we can work on. Our transition defense has to continue to improve. They scored a lot of transition points in the second half, and it was from our lack of we weren't playing hard enough at times, and the 2 guards need to get back and protect the basket instead of allowing layups. And so we'll work on that. We'll show them on video, and hopefully next week we'll take care of that.
Anything in particular that the guys worked on before this game that you felt led to the baskets going and the offense going?
Well, we started defensively. We were not very good defensively in certain areas. Carolina, we were really good in the half court. The transition hurt us, and so we started at the defensive end, and as I just mentioned, offensively, we really worked on moving the ball and being unselfish and making the extra play and driving and kicking and posting up and kicking it out. And in the first half, we had it rolling where guys were making the right play at the right time. And even in the second half, our offense was fine. It was just we gave up too many points.
We often ask you after a game about what kind of adjustments you make at halftime or what you discuss in the locker room. Today you go in the locker room up 31 points. What do you discuss with your team when you have a margin like that?
Well, we were trying to win the second half, and then we get out to, I think our largest lead was probably 38 or something, and then 37. And then we relaxed. And so halftime, there's not much you can adjust when you're playing so well. It's just to keep the focus going in the second half. Don't play the scoreboard, and because if you start doing that, they start coming back. And we did that at times. But we haven't been up 31 at halftime in a long time. So I guess we'll take that and move on.
You mentioned starting Chuck for his defense, but when he gives you 11 points in the first 7 minutes, how big of a spark is that for you as well?
Yeah, it's he's a terrific shooter, offensive player. So he had 18th tonight, or 21 points, 7-11 from the field, 4 of 6 from the 3, and that's huge. We have not been shooting the ball well the last 2 games from anywhere, the 3-point line, the field, or the foul line. So it was a refreshing first half where he came out and made some shots.
I think it was in the first half, BJ took a shot to the nose, Chuck took a shot to the face, and then in the second half it looked like Samet maybe got one in the jaw or something like that.
Yeah, it was a very physical game. I think Chuck probably have to go see the dentist with his tooth. BJ's nose was bleeding, and then Samet, he got hit twice, 2 different areas. And so it was a physical game, and that's part of the game. We don't like to see the flagrant fouls like the one that was called, but it was very physical.
Was part of the regrouping from the last two games sort of psychological as much as, energy and intensity and that kind of thing?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, Georgia Tech's a very good team. They're very good offensively. They have a lot of guys that can score. As you saw it in the second half, their guards are really talented. And Duncan Powell had a great game tonight and had 13 and 11. So we knew this team was very, very explosive. And as you saw that parts of the second half, they were. So it was psychological, but at the same time, we had to come out and play as hard as we could and share the ball and play defense like we're capable of doing. And so we're proud of our guys because they had two great practices, and it carried over into the game tonight, and it was big for us.
The starting lineup, and what was your mentality kind of being in there to start the game?
Well, Coach just broke the news before the game. I just wanted to come out there and help my team. We haven't been getting off the great starts past a couple of games, so he came to us before the game, just making a conscious message that we got to win the first half. So I was just trying to come in there and just give as much energy as I could to get us off to a faster start.
All right, so to piggyback off of that, you guys got off to a really fast start. You were at 20 with, 10 minutes in or something. What was working so well early on?
I would say our defense. We was getting a lot of stops, and it led to offense. We got Chuck, who's a good scorer. I've stepped my score and roll up, and Matt. We have a good offense and a fast-paced offense, so that's what did it.
You talked about the defense. You personally had 6 steals today. The defense as a whole forced 22 turnovers. How much did that sort of free up the offense when you're just creating extra possessions?
Definitely, once you get a steal or the other team turns the ball over, it can get us on a fast break opportunity, so it just helps us. I mean, they're turning the ball over, obviously, so they're not getting a shot attempt, so.
And then to piggyback off that, I just think with our play style, when we get into the open court is usually when, we get our easiest offense. So guys like BJ leading us on defense and getting turnovers, creating turnovers, it gets us in fast breaks, and, we're able to run up the score a little bit.
How big was not just getting back in the win column, but also, like you said, kind of playing back to what you guys were playing during that winning streak?
Today was a really good day for us. It's going to give us a lot of confidence going into these next couple of games on the road. And I feel like we had a good 2 practices after we lost to North Carolina, so I expect the same practices this next week.
You can kind of, walk through what those practices look like. What do you guys kind of work on when you're coming off of those losses where things didn't go the way you wanted to?
Well, if y'all saw the games, we kind of got blown out in both of those games versus really big teams. So it was honestly an effort both from the coaches and for the players to just come in there ready. I think we showed our response in the first half, but we kind of went to some bad habits in the second half, allowing 50-something points. So I mean, we're just trying to get better every day, and that starts in practice. So that's really just been our focus.
For both of you, your coach was talking about how physical the game was.
Mm-hmm.
You took a shot in the nose, and Chuck, coach, said you might have to go see the dentist.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling?
Ain't nothing major. ACC conference, big time games. It comes with it. But yeah, we'll be all right.
Yeah, it's a physical game, so, I mean, things going to happen, but we're good.
Okay.
How have you guys seen Samet progressing over the the weeks? How he's getting more used to college basketball and what he's able to do on the court?
I just think call it what it is. He's a freshman at this level. It's tough for any freshman to come in and be ready without going through some growing pains. But I think he's gotten better every day. He's 7'2" guy. Guys are being that tall, you're able to get away with a little bit more physicality down there. So he's just honestly getting adjusted. I think he's getting better by the day. But I think we've yet to see his best. So I'm waiting on that.
You guys held Georgia Tech to 19 in the first half and 52 in the second. Part of that, obviously, was they were simply making more shots. But did you see anything in the way you guys defended that changed, or was it just them getting a little bit hotter, or what did you see as a difference between the first and second half?
I would say in the first half, we were playing more connected on defense. Everybody was in the gaps, and we crashed the board way more, so we didn't give them second chance opportunities. Second half, I'd say we was just playing the score. You know, we were up a lot, so I feel like some guys, and we just started lacking a little bit, and that's just what happened.
Yeah, I think Georgia Tech's obviously a good team. You know, you give them open shots, they're gonna make them. But truthfully, I feel like just our effort level and our attention to detail just dropped. Them being a good team, I don't think nobody should be able to score 52 points in one half on us. So I think that was on us, and we definitely got to clean that up moving down the road.
Was it nice to just kind of have a reminder of what you guys can do? I mean, it seemed like once the threes started dropping, they were coming in bunches. Is there anything to that mindset when you just start to see them fall?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said earlier, this game gave us a lot of confidence. So I feel like once you start seeing the ball go in the basket, once you start making good plays, it just makes you feel better as a whole. So, yeah, for sure.
Anything else?
This question is for Edwards. John with East Coast Sports. You had a monster dunk towards the end of the game. Almost looked like you're about to lay it up. Walk us through that, driving through the lane.
So as soon as I got the steal, I seen that there was a guy, I think number 0. He was running like kind of towards me at the same time, and I just made up my mind that I was going to try to dunk it, and that's what happened.